What would you do if your colleague tried to fake a racism complaint to get your best team member fired? I didn't just sit back, I made sure they'd never set foot in our office again, literally. This is the story of how I turned their evil plan into their ultimate downfall. If you've ever dreamed of delivering poetic justice to someone who tried to mess with you, then hit that like button, subscribe, and settle in, because this is one of the most satisfying workplace revenge stories you'll ever hear. Year early 2010s. London company. Large internet-based firm. Launching a new London subdivision, the team's content SEO led by Andy, and development led by Narrator. Narrator hired after an interview with Andy plus office manager, clearly confident, experienced. Andy expected a yes man, but Narrator pushed back technically whenever needed. Over time, Andy grew irritated, repeatedly complained to management. Each time, Narrator explained logically and management sided with him. At first, I thought Andy was just a little controlling, but soon I realized he saw me as a threat, and I don't take kindly to being treated like someone's pawn. 2 major websites near launch. Night before board presentation, huge bug found. Narrator in hotel, plus Johnny, senior dev, fix it overnight. Presentation. CEO impressed, thanks Narrator personally, tells him to go rest. Later, celebratory night out arranged. Narrator leaves early for train. I was exhausted but proud. My team had pulled off a miracle. But little did I know, the real storm was brewing that Friday night. Monday, HR plus head office arrive. Allegation: Johnny made racist remarks at the club. Accuser: Mark, SEO team, ally of Andy. Andy wasn't even there but demanded Johnny's firing. Interviews: no one backs Mark. Johnny given a warning anyway. Narrator and Emma suspicious of Andy's insistence. Johnny? Racist? This man stayed up all night with me, fixing a website, never complained once. The accusation didn't just surprise me, it enraged me. 2 months later, a content team member overhears Andy and Mark plotting. It was all a planned fake complaint to discredit Narrator's leadership. Mark lies, Andy amplifies. Narrator stays calm, doesn't tell Johnny. Begins to watch closely. I wasn't going to lash out blindly. No. If I was going to bring them down, I'd do it properly. Legally. Devastatingly. Narrator overhears Mark in stairwell talking nervously about visas and school enrollment. Suspicious call. Possibly fake college enrollment for visa extension. Narrator reports to new office manager quietly. It was like fate had handed me the golden ticket. Mark, you shouldn't have taken that call in the stairwell. A week later, Mark disappears from office. Narrator learns Mark fired immediately due to expired visa. Company refused to sponsor. Turns out Mark's wife's student visa ended. They tried to enroll in a fake college to stay. They had to leave the UK. And just like that, poof, the snake slithered away, straight onto a plane back to Dubai. Narrator privately confronts Andy. I know what you and Mark did. 2 months later, Andy resigns, disappears. Narrator tells Johnny everything. Johnny is shocked but grateful. Narrator reflects guilt for Johnny being targeted, but none for Mark's downfall. People often ask if I felt guilty for what I did. My answer? I felt guilty for Johnny, but Mark? No. You don't mess with my team. Focus on emotional satisfaction. Mark's deportation. Poetic justice. Andy's resignation. Quiet victory. Johnny's loyalty. Restored trust. In the end, they tried to destroy us with lies. But truth and patience? That's what buried them. Sometimes revenge doesn't need fireworks. Sometimes, all it takes is watching the villains trip over their own lies. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and tell us in the comments, what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever witnessed? And of course, subscribe for more stories like this. Justice served cold.